Yo, welcome. Episode two of We'll Get to That podcast. I'm your host, Mar. If this is your first time checking me out, welcome. If you're back for episode two, I appreciate you checking in again. Ah, man. So I was sitting back thinking earlier today how weird it is to just sit down and, I guess, essentially have a conversation with yourself by yourself. Cover different topics and, stuff like that. Hmm, it's kind of weird. So I think I'm going to want to co host eventually, take applications. So, or I mean, bringing a guest every now and then or something like that. That doesn't sound like a bad deal at all. So, I mean, we'll see. Um, I lifted my banner up a little bit. Hopefully, y'all can see that back there. This episode will come out with a video as well. Well, not video on YouTube. Put it up there. I'll throw out a couple of TikToks or whatever. So we'll see. Like I say, welcome back, man. This is mainly going to be a hip hop podcast, mainly a hip hop podcast. I'll talk R&B every now and then. I might talk some jazz or something like that. Not that I'm well versed on jazz or anything like that, but I dibble and dabble in jazz a little bit. But this is mainly a hip hop sports, and we'll dive into life and a little bit of travel and books and stuff like that. No politics, no religion, or anything like that. At least I don't plan on it yet. I do have a couple of folks. If I were to talk about those topics, there are a couple of people in mind that I would sit back, not sit back. There are a couple of people I would have call in or, video in or something like that, bring them on so they could do a deeper dive than I would do. All right. So, like I said, welcome back. Eventually, there's gonna be some like a musical intro. I just haven't really figured out how to make that happen. But I'll get there. We'll get to that. All right. We'll get to that. So, first topic I'm gonna touch on today. Hip hop started out in the park. Yeah. So hip hop 70s, right? 80s, hip hop was they thought it was a fad. They thought hip hop was gonna be a fad. They didn't expect hip hop to be around for 50 fucking years. Like that's a long time. That's for them anyway, for the folks who, when I say them, I mean the people who, I don't know how I want to say this. I'm trying to figure out how to put it all together. But the people who didn't want to invest into hip hop, right? 50 years is a long time for hip hop to be around. So late 80s, it was a lot of, not a lot of, but it was more so late 80s, early 90s. It was a lot of Public Enemy, Native Tongues, De La Soul, Queen Latifah, you know, that whole vibe, like fight the power, you know, black awareness, all that good stuff. Something changed. And when I say changed, I'm not talking commercially or uh commercially in hip hop. I mean, in 90, for me anyway, this is just my personal opinion. And a lot of these are my opinion, but I do speak facts. So anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? 1992, I think, was the turning point for hip hop, right? Because in 1992, arguably one of the greatest albums, it's not even arguably, one of the greatest albums of all time dropped in 1992. And there was no more time. It was It sent shockwaves through hip hop. Now, if you don't know what album I'm talking about, we'll get to that. We'll get to that as well. So at the end of 1991, right? End of 1991, and when I say the end, I mean like the last couple of months. Pac dropped Tupacalypse Now, Tone Loc came out, Be Nice dropped the album, Juice, the movie came out. You know what I'm saying? That soundtrack, which was dope, right? So that's the end of 1991 as far as music goes. 1991 was a dope year in hip hop as well. And also, that's another topic. Eventually, probably next episode, maybe the episode after, I'm gonna touch on as well is the best year in hip hop. I wanted to dive into that today, but nah, I gotta sit with that. I'll give y'all a preview. I think 1996 was easily the best year in hip hop. It's not close for me, but I will do a deeper dive as far as because man, the 90s was the golden era in hip hop. The 90s was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's not to take away from Run DMC and Rakim and all those folks in the 80s who put on for hip hop who but in the 90s was, oh my gosh. Oh, the 90s was unbelievable in hip hop. Easily the best year in hip hop. I mean, the best decade in hip hop, but for me, 1996 was the best year in hip hop. So back to 1992, right? So the beginning of 1992, Lil Finesse dropped, Sir Mix-a-Lot dropped, Luke, which a lot of folks don't give Luke his props. I need to give Luke his props, bro. Luke put on for hip hop. For real. He put on for hip hop. He put on for Miami. He did that. Arrested Development came out too. Y'all probably don't know who Chi Ali is. Chi Ali came out too. Chi Ali was dope before he got caught up in his murder case. He killed. I think he killed dude and then went on a run. I don't. Oh, it's not allegedly. He did go to jail. He did. I think he turned. No, he got caught. He was on America's Most Wanted, and then he went to jail. I think Chi Ali did like 14, 15 years or something like that. Like something crazy. Like took away his youth essentially. But Chi Ali dropped, Das EFX dropped that year, Spice One dropped, Master P dropped the album that year, which this is 1992. So for all y'all who don't know, in the early 90s, Master P, granted he is from New Orleans, but back then he was out there in the Bay fucking with them. We'll get to that too. That's a whole that whole Master P Bay Area. That's a whole that'll take like a half hour. I'll do that. UGK dropped the album that year. Dougie Fresh dropped the album that year. Gangstar, MC Breed, Father MC, so on and so on. Right? K Solo dropped the album that year too. Pete Rock and CL Smooth making the Soul Brother. Fire album dropped that year. Eric B and Rakim dropped Don't Sweat the Technique that year. Too Short dropped the album, which I mean, shit. Too Short dropped the album every year for like the past fucking 30 years. Like he has like fucking 50 albums or some shit like that. That shit is crazy. Um, I ain't gonna do that. But that shit is crazy. He shout out to Too Short. That nigga been working. Like he been working. Anyway, so all of that happened, right? All of that happened. And then December 15th, 1992, The Chronic dropped. I had to let that one breathe. I had to let that one breathe. The Chronic came out in 1992. Man. Oh, quick plug. I'm also gonna plug in my drink of the day. Today I'm doing Ciroc Limonada. I think that's the name of it. But the lime Ciroc with the squirt grapefruit soda. Fire. Fire combination. And it's like 52 degrees outside. So yeah, I need some a little bit of alcohol. On this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, another quick plug. If y'all want to check, well, nah, y'all gonna see this. No, I ain't plugging that shit. Anyway, The Chronic came out that year. Oh, The Chronic, classic, fuck out. Now I had to realize later because in 1992 I was 10 years old. So I didn't know shit about shit when it came to music, right? I just knew it sounded good and the video was the video was dope. I just saw black folks on fucking TV rapping. Do I know what the fuck they rapping about? No, I had no fucking idea. I had no clue. Got older, about 16, 17, and it's okay. You gotta do some backtracking into 7 years ago because around that time, um, Jay, Pop, Big, they know all Mob Deep, all of that happened around that time. Method Man, one of my favorite rappers, all of that happened at around that time. So I had to do a little bit of backtracking, and I didn't really enjoy the Chronic I guess as an album when I was 16, 17 years old. I didn't realize how classic the Chronic was until I reached my late 20s, which is pretty sad. Which is pretty sad. But they give Dr. Dre's prime. And Snoop Dogg, because I'm sure Snoop. Well, Snoop did. I'm sure Snoop wrote some shit for Dre, but I think DLC handled a lot of that as well. I'm saying, shout out. What's up, Blaze? He's not barking today. Hopefully not. I probably can't see him, but this my little homie right here. He got his toy, so I'm trying to keep him busy from barking. Yeah, to walk away. So now, now that I'm older and I'm grown, I appreciate the chronic. Also, with appreciating the chronic, I understand what happened when the chronic dropped in '92. Sent shockwaves through hip hop. It changed hip hop because there was no more of. I ain't gonna say there was no more. It just was like, wait, hold up. Now we knew niggas on the West Coast was spitting. We knew they were rapping. We knew they could rap. You understand what I'm saying? We knew what they could do. But they knew somebody could do that. Now there was NWA prior to that. And NWA was on, they weren't on fight the power type shit, but back then it was, fuck the police and just them letting us know where they were from, straight out of Compton, all of that shit, right? And then the split happens. Ice Cube dips out to New York. He start fucking with Public Enemy, all that shit. And shout out to Ice Cube. That they don't give Ice Cube enough props. Ice Cube doesn't get enough props, and that's sad. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, y'all need to grow up a little bit. Shout out to Ice Cube. But after '92, it was a shift in hip hop. And man, hold on. Hold on, I'm just trying to piece this together so y'all can understand. Because after that, right, Brand New being dropped. This is '93. This is early '93. So we talking like the first quarter. Brand New being dropped. Tupac dropped Strictly for My Niggas. Flavor Unit came out. Naughty by Nature dropped 1993. Obviously, shout out Naughty by Nature. They were ill. Be Legit. A lot of folks don't talk about Be Legit. And now I kind of want to stretch it, like, so y'all understand the turning point in hip hop. And like, and even back then, it wasn't about going platinum. Like if you went gold, that was something back then. You sold gold back in the early '90s. Oh man, fire! That platinum shit went until I don't even want to say it. I'm not saying people weren't reaching for platinum status or anything like that. I am saying that going gold was kind of like going platinum. Just like, back in the day, if you had a bachelor's degree, that was everything. Now you damn near need a fucking PhD to do anything, right? Like just for comparison reasons, right? That's wife is she recording me back there. So also in early '93 we had the Ghetto Boys. Kid Rock dropped the album, which Kid Rock, that's another discussion we're gonna have to have. Kid Rock, what Kid Rock and Post Malone did in hip hop needs to be. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that for real. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that as well. PM Dawn dropped the album early '93. LL Cool J, Onyx. That first Onyx album, Back the Fuck Up. Eh, oh gosh. Oh man. 92 was the turning point for hip hop. And it opened the eyes. Like, oh shit. Like this shit is real. Like we could make real money from this shit. We could, not only can we make real money from this shit, we could still spread our message. You know what I'm saying? Like what we want to talk about, whether they talking about pimping or they talking about saving the youth or whatever they talking about, they could get ahead and they could get ahead and do that. Tim Dog dropped the album that year too. Do y'all remember the youngsters? Gosh, the youngsters. Sorry, man. I'm going through this list right now that I wrote up. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, 92. I think 92 is the year that changed hip hop. And I don't mean commercially. When I say commercial, I don't mean from a financial standpoint. I mean from because the late 90s was when that the Jiggy era, the shiny suit era, that was the commercial switch. That was the commercial switch. And shout out to not even shout him out, but that was because of that was Diddy. Diddy did that, and ooh, yeah, he did a good job. He did a good job with that one. I gotta give him that. But 92 was a crazy year in hip hop. If you have not did a deep dive into the year 1992 in hip hop, you need to, because I did it, and yeah, yeah, 92 was a hell of a year in hip hop, and I think that was the year hip hop changed. I think so. I think so. Speaking of the 90s, I got my bro, real good friend of mine, man. Nah, he passed a friend, my bro, right? Shout out to Bo. Hey, so eventually, probably within the next 30, 45 days, me and him, me and him had a conversation a few nights ago talking about decade, which decade was better in R&B? 2000, 2010, or the 90s? I'm older. I'm older, so I'm going to say the 90s. Older, so I'm gonna say the 90s, right? Like, yeah, homie told me 2000. So we decided we're gonna jump on Facebook Live or IG Live, one or the other. Eventually, I said 50. I'm gonna have 75 songs ready to go. I got 75 on the clip. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just bring the drum out. I'm gonna bring the drum out. So we're gonna do that battle on Facebook, IG Live. So keep your eyes open for that. Keep your ears open for that. We'll when we get it together, we'll do it. I did write down like I said earlier, we was gonna talk about the best year in hip hop. I already said it was 96, but I'll do a deeper dive into that on the next episode. So stand by for that. Stand by for that. That's gonna be a conversation, a topic. Ooh, yeah, y'all gonna enjoy that one. Anyway, so here recently, not recently, it was last month. Me and my wife, and my brother, my sister-in-law, his wife, and his homeboy, now my homeboy and his wife. So it was six of us. We went out to Uncle Nearest in Nashville. Now, if y'all don't know what Uncle Nearest is, Uncle Nearest is it whiskey? It's whiskey. Whiskey. Uncle Nearest is I think his name is Green Nearest or Nearest Green. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to lead y'all down the wrong path. The whiskey is fire. It's a very good whiskey if you're into it. You can pairs well with cigars, shit like that. If you don't smoke cigars, it pairs well with Black and Mounds. Because I'm a Black and Mound smoker when I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? Even though you see me with the hookah, I make great hookahs, by the way. So I think I should plug in my hookah business. I think I should do that. That I don't have yet. Anyway, yeah, anyway. So anyway, we went out to Nashville. The Uncle Nearest, I want to call it distillery, but I think it is a distillery. I think it is a distillery. The Uncle Nearest Distillery is about an hour outside of Nashville. It's an hour tour around the whole place. Which the tour was dope. The tour guide, he was hella dope. Like he knew what the fuck he was talking about. You know how you do a tour of places and they show you a video you know, um, just to let you know everything that you're about to see and to come and let you know how everything came up and all that shit. The video that they showed us, it was about a 4 minute video, 5 minutes maybe. I'm not gonna say this actor's name. I ain't gonna give it away, but I'll say Shaft. After I say Shaft, not Samuel Jackson either. After I say Shaft, or not Richard Roundtree, we ain't going that far back. But after I say Shaft, I'm gonna say he is probably the most unappreciated actor of all fucking time. Like his range is phenomenal. His range is crazy. His acting skills are phenomenal. But he narrated this video. It was so dope. So dope. I couldn't wait for the tour. But if you guys are ever in the Nashville area, I would definitely say go check out Uncle Nearest. It's a it's a pretty dope experience, real dope, and you get to do a whiskey tasting afterwards. After y'all done, it's not a lot. It's just like a little like a taste. You understand what I'm saying? You get to cop a bottle if you want on your way out. They have like clothing, not clothing, accessories, hats, t-shirts, excuse me, and shit like that. So that's pretty it's real dope, real dope. I will tell you this, and I'm not trying to give anything away. We were asking them about w- no, we weren't asking them. They were telling us about all their plans, and they plan on building a hotel on the property. They got like, and I could be wrong. uh, no. I think I'm right. They got like 5,000 fucking acres of land. Five. Yeah. Next week I'm gonna do Uncle Nearest mix. Maybe we'll see. But 5,000 fucking acres of land. So they're gonna put a hotel on the property. So you could fly into Nashville, go out to that hotel because it's like I said, it's an hour outside of Nashville. So you're a ways from Broadway and Nashville proper, Nashville downtown Nashville, all that shit. But I would imagine if they put the hotel on that property where Uncle Nearest is, then that town, which I forget the name of that town, that is, I want to say Henderson. It might be Henderson. I could be wrong. I don't look it up either. But I would imagine that town would have a lot of shit to do as well. So check out Uncle Nearest. Actually check out the alcohol first. Like the whiskey is dope. It's real good. I enjoyed it every time I had it. I haven't had a bad experience with it yet. And like I say, it pairs well with cigars and shit like that. So Uncle Nearest, that's the way to go. Since we're on Uncle Nearest, well, not that this really has anything to do with anything, I will plug in some TV shows right now. Now, I am a TV show and movie connoisseur. I love fucking movies. I love TV. I love great. I love when I love great writers. Like I love great writers. So I'll tell you this: Paradise is on Hulu right now. I want to say it's on Paramount Plus, but I watched it on Hulu. I watched it on Paramount Plus through Hulu or something like that. One or the other. But anyway, Paradise. If you have not seen that yet, they just wrapped up season one about a week or two ago. If you have not seen Paradise yet, check it out. Probably this show's gonna win so many Emmys. It should win so many Emmys. The writing on that joint is crazy. Acting is fire. Paradise is dope. I don't want to give it away. I I knew what was happening in the in the first season because let me say this: in the middle of the first season, they got renewed for a second season. That's how good the fucking show is or is. They got renewed for a second season. Inside, that's that lady running around inside of the first season. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Paradise. Check it out. Dope show. Another show I just started this morning. This morning I just started the show. I kind of heard about it um on social media. Dope Thief. Let me say it again. Dope Thief. It's on Apple TV. Bro, that first episode. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Let me get back to Dope Thief. Now, I think because it's only two episodes out now. It comes out on Fridays. Um, I think they switch directors every episode, which is dope. And man, do y'all remember Tasha Scott? Like she was Why Did We Get Married? She's from Jersey, by the way. She got a twin sister. She directed a few. She's dope. She's dope. It kind of reminded me when I said director, she just popped into my head. But anyway, I think they change directors in the show Dope Thief every episode. The first episode is directed by Ridley Scott. And Ridley Scott put on a fucking masterclass how to direct a TV show. Now, if you don't know who Ridley Scott is, Ridley Scott did Alien. So I mean, do with that as you will, Ellie. If you're into that, like if you're into the theatrics, like not the theatrics, but if you're into the behind the scenes of how they put the movie together, from how somebody takes an idea, puts it on paper, and the paper goes to the actors, they read it, and the director, he runs all that shit. Like he's like, yo, this is how we're gonna fucking do it, right? Um, Really, Scott put on a fucking masterclass how to write. First episode was fire. Second episode, fire. Like I'm blown away. I am blown away. I see why people are talking about this show. Dope Thief. It's dope. It's on Apple TV. Check it out if you haven't yet. As far as movies go, I haven't. Oh, I saw. What did I watch recently? I saw The Gorge, which was a dope movie. I enjoyed it. Well, I'm not gonna say dope. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give The Gorge about a 7.9. Will I watch it again? Probably not. Probably not. It was good enough for one watch. It's not, it's not you don't have to do a deep dive into that movie at all. But it was dope for what it was. Captain America it was okay. It's fucking Marvel. But Marvel, they fucked up a lot lately. I heard Daredevil came out, but I haven't the TV show, but I haven't checked that out yet. You know, that's neither here nor there. So, I gotta get ready. Michigan plays today, Big Ten championship. Oh, so I said that to say this. I'm going to try to record this weekly. Sorry if this is 2 weeks later, episode two. I was just trying to figure some things out. Think I got it all figured out. Figured out how I'm gonna upload all this stuff. I was gonna do YouTube live, but then that's too much because I kind of want to edit some shit sometimes, and I'm still want to chop it up, and I haven't really figured out how to do that on YouTube. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm over here, um, and doing the audio. So I'll chop everything up and put it out. So it'll be available on YouTube sometime this week. All the episodes. So I'll record like on Saturday and Sunday, and then the episodes will be available video by like Tuesday, Wednesday, and it'll be available on all DSPs by Monday, Tuesday. So yeah. So there that is. But I want to do this weekly. I'm gonna try my best to do it weekly. Not that anybody really cares about my take on things. Well, I hope you do. Shit, you fucking listening. You should like care about my take on things. I think I'm pretty. I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to hip hop. I think so. I think I know what I'm talking. I do know what I'm talking about that. So yeah, tap in with me, man. I'm here. This is the we'll get to that part. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. This is the we'll get to that podcast. I'm your host, Mar. You can call me Phil. And yeah, holla at me. Thanks for tapping in.